Welcome to the TruExact show. I have Eric here, Brian here. You've seen in the past on this show, good friends. And look at the little pup in the bottom right-hand corner. I just met him yesterday from our hometown. I probably haven't talked to him like 6 or 7 years when he was on G-Man and the Minx in my parents' room or whatever when we were fucking doing it in that little enclosed area upstairs in my parents' house. So he was nice enough to come on. It's Ryan from Garden State Radio. You've seen them in New Jersey, probably along the East Coast, Jersey Shore, playing at Jenks. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch. Bar A, whatever you want to call it. Ryan, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming on.
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm swell. I mean, we're all swell right now with everything happening.
Yeah, man. I got nothing but time right now.
I know. That's the only reason you're on. You don't really like us. So you're like, fuck off. No, so you obviously have a pretty decent following, especially in our area. And people who don't know your story, we knew you in high school. You're a hell of a drummer. I remember you did the talent show senior year, and you just crushed it. So everyone knew you were a big drummer. What's your backstory? How'd you start Garden State Radio, and how'd you get into all that?
It's funny because in high school, I mean, that's all I did was play. But once I got out of high school, I started playing. I was like, I'm gonna play with as many bands as possible. And I literally had myself in probably 3 or 4 different bands. Some would stick, some wouldn't. So I ended up going out on the road with a couple original bands and got to spend time in Canada and kind of all over the US. And then when I got back, I was like, cool, now I need to make money. And I was like, so I remember I got a job, doing whatever, here and there, landscaping and all this shit. And then I was playing on the weekends. I was playing 2 nights a week. And then, as that stuff kind of got more serious, we got into an agency, and we got to we had more kind of serious musicians with us. After that all kind of started, then I was like, okay, now I'm doing 3 days a week. Now I'm doing 4 days a week. And now I'm working till 5 o'clock, and I'm at a venue by 7. So I was I would say honestly about 7, 8 years ago, I just stopped working my jobs and I just started doing this full time. And then when I did, everything kind of flipped and I was able to support myself with that. So I was just I'm sticking with this shit,
Right.
Of course.
When did you was that scary to do though? The uncertainty?
Yes.
Especially because you were 25, 24?
Yeah, man. But who knew? Yeah, probably 25-ish around there. And it's a scary thing, dude. I remember I called everybody in the band and I'm like, listen, how serious are you about this? Because I'm about to drop all my shit, you know what I mean? And everybody was cool. And none of those people are around anymore. But I mean,
apparently they weren't that serious.
They were so serious.
Yeah, they were serious as hell, man.
We're in it with you, man.
Yeah. Forever, man.
You still think back of when you started, because you had a band when we were in 8th grade with Steve Klein and them, Colorblind. Remember
Colorblind? God, I'm glad somebody remembered the name.
Absolutely. You guys put it in your yearbook, what it was.
I still have a CD.
Yeah, we used to hand those out on Stromboli Day.
What? Making a comeback. I was happy you commented on that post too.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. It was funny, man. Anybody that was there definitely remembers those days.
Yeah, and then you were in another band, right? With Halous. Were you in Muck Cage? Is that the other one?
Yeah. That was a long time. Yeah. I mean, I still talk to Kevin every once in a while, but yeah, that was a crazy trip, man. We were all over. We would do stuff in. A lot of stuff in Jersey and these small cafes and stuff, and then a couple things in New York, and it was just fun, but that don't really, those kind of bands don't seem to last very long, unfortunately.
Yeah, but if you do a Wikipedia page, you gotta throw them in there.
Yeah, you gotta.
It doesn't just. I worked landscaping, quit my job, and then now I'm Garden State Radio. You gotta go back to 8th grade, man.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, man. I have to say, it is definitely a funny thing when you look at stuff like that. You look back and you're like, oh, this was just a band or a hobby or something. But now I'm I got employees and buildings and shops and trailers, and I'm just it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and you were just on News 12, right?
Yeah, last night. Yeah, we did some stuff on News 12. It was fun.
So how did you come across you said, well, the serious members of the band left after saying, yeah, man, we're all in. So
Yeah.
how did you come across the actual members that you were with? Did you like go out fishing for them? Did you see them perform, or did you hold auditions? Because this is your baby, right? Like this is your baby.
Yeah, so I mean, like I kind of cherry picked some people out of some other bands that I liked, and they weren't working as much as me, so it was like an easy kind of sell for at that point. But then not everybody that I had, they were all very good, but like not everybody that I had like bonded, you know what I mean? Like it just didn't like, click, but now you do that so many times, and then you eventually get like a good kind of group of people, and it's always changing. But I like all the different personalities and all the different kind of ticks that everybody deals with. It's crazy, man. We spent a lot of time together when we were working. We could spend like at a place like upwards like 15-16 hours there for like a day. So we're together all the time. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, how don't you guys want to choke each other? I'm sure you do. You ever get in like band fights or no? Has there been blow-ups?
Really uses their instruments.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should just for fun. I
wouldn't want the drumsticks though.
So how did you veer to the Jersey Shore scene? Like, how did you go into the route? Let's be a cover band. Did you see a band like I know Go Go Gadget was big 10 years ago. I don't know if they're still around. I know like they were huge. Like, how did you veer into that route?
What's funny? I was in the same kind of circuit as them. So like they're still doing stuff. I'm very friendly with Jeff, their singer. He's a great like business guy as well. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to do something bigger. I mean, I worked for a landscaper, and while I was in Middlesex one day doing these lawns, he was a drummer in a band in like the 80s, and a cover band, but big. He would tell me, he was like, people would roll up to these clubs in the 80s with semis and full crews and just people down the block on like a Monday or Tuesday night. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's the reason why nobody's going out, because everybody's like, let me show up an hour before I got to play. Let me just bang some stuff out. I'm not going to bring any equipment. If I could save money, I'll do that. So I went the opposite way, and I went like big, and I was like, I want to do it all in. And it's really because of that conversation that I had with my old boss doing landscape, and he like put it in my head, and I'm like, well, maybe if I give a shit, you know what I mean?
That's the way to go though, because if you spend more money on equipment, you're almost like, shit, now I need to do it. That's why I look for the most expensive gyms. So I'm
absolutely, dude. Yeah, right.
Which I still don't.
Oh yeah.
Eric, did you have a question for Rye?
No, I was just laughing about your gym comment.
Thank you very much. No, so
Eric and Brian, they like in the gym and shit. I was like, yeah, I'm with you.
No, don't worry, I'm with you, man. You're too busy though. So did you guys have how do you pick the songs you do? Do you guys collectively get together?
Yeah, sometimes like we'll like rehearse and stuff, but a lot of other times it's just like shooting stuff back and forth through text messaging. Anything like that. If there's like a new hit on, like we'll try to do it. We'll try to like get it sequenced, rehearse it, do all the production for it. And then we could do all that work and then like go play it. And we usually try to do like a 2 or 3 time rule. Like if you try it 2 or 3 times and it just ain't working, then it's gone. But then you'll find those songs that like you could play any night of the week and at any time in the night. And it always works. So, yeah.
What's the biggest hit that you guys have covered that everybody loses their shit? Is like "Don't Stop Believing"?
Oh, probably, man.
Of course.
No matter what age.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and I don't understand it for the life of me. I don't get it, man.
Everybody knows the words, man.
Yeah,
it's those anthem songs that just everyone fucking loves. They go crazy for it.
It's like Living on a Prayer with John Jovi.
Yeah, especially if you play it in a bar, everyone's drunk and then they don't know any of the words.
It looks close enough. Yeah, you got it.
It's like Take On Me.
Yeah, man. Oh, there's so many of those. There's so many of those songs, and it drives me crazy because, like, I'll go see other bands and stuff sometimes like that. That like I don't know, like that I don't even know, but you can almost anticipate what they're gonna play, And I like to do the opposite, and like I'm more on the line of like finding like cool remixes or making a remix ourselves or like doing something different,
So what one didn't work out? Like, give us one song you were like, fuck, this just did not.
Let me
pan
think
out.
about it. Oh, dude, there's a Charlie Puth song that I can't remember the name of. I'm terrible with song titles, if you can imagine. But yeah, like just some stuff like stuff that you would even know. Like, I mean, think of oh god, I don't even know. I'm trying to think. I'll get back to you on that.
All right, don't worry. ask your dog. He might know.
Yeah, my cat might know now. I got a cat here now.
Jeez.
Yeah, we rescued this cat. Well, I live down the shore, and we get all these like little stray kittens and stuff, and we found these like neonatal kittens. They were like size of mice, and this dude's like big as hell now. He's like got all big. Sonny, what's that? Yeah, yeah. But my girl was like bottle feeding them and stuff. It was fun.
I would give anything right now for that cat to attack you on this.
Oh, I could probably agitate him. Yeah, half feral, man. Yeah.
So when did you guys realize you were making it though, like a name for yourself? Because you literally are on tours from the East Coast. I went to see Lionel Richie at the Hard Rock, and like you guys were playing the next night at the Hard Rock in AC. Yeah. And I was like, I know that band. That's Ryan's band. I was like, how the fuck did he get the Hard Rock? So like, when did you like realize, all right, this is a thing?
Really, I mean, honestly, probably the first summer that we went hard, like I probably did in a single year, which I thought was a lot of shows. We did like 120 shows or something that year. And I was like, wow, man. I was like, that is a lot. And now I do over 200 on a normal year, usually. And you're just like, it is crazy, man. But it's like when you like pull up your calendar, you know, and like I see all like the red marks where everything is happening. And I look at that and I'm like, I didn't even try to fill this thing. And it's like, it's just filled. And I'm like, wow, man, it's awesome. I'm like, yeah,
who's in charge of filling that for you? Do you have somebody like a company to do that, or somebody in the band?
Yeah, so we have an agent. We're self-managed, so like we all like kind of manage the business together. But as far as like the bookings and the contracts and all that stuff, that's all like my agency. So he like goes out, like if people call and want to book the band, it goes to him. So he like deals with all that stuff. So we don't have to like be on the phone all day. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Did you have an agent from the beginning?
Very early on, yeah, we did. Maybe about a month into it, because I was in another band at the same time. When I was telling you I was in all these bands at the same time, that was looking to get on the agency, but then they recognized me from another band and they're like, hey, aren't you in that other band? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, let's do that band instead. I was like, all right, sounds good. Let's do that.
So long, suckers.
Yeah, then you get on the phone with everybody. You're like, you want to do this? You know?
That's cool. I want to touch on, because I want to bring up some memories. I want to touch on your high school days, like your spiked hair and vegan days when you went
to
got it, dude.
Yeah.
So when I hear the word vegan, I think of you still. You were the first vegan out. You're like, we're at lunch. You're like, I'm a vegan. I go, what does that mean? You're like, I'm trying to survive off these nuts that I have. You were just like this little Ziploc bag. And, like, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's probably sunflower seeds. Probably sunflower seeds. I can live forever.
Yeah.
I remember the story too you told the one day. You went to like, you had like the blue hair and you went to Bowcraft. Tell Brian this story. I don't know if you ever heard this.
Dude, so I'm walking around, bro. I walk around literally my every day is those, crazy dreadlocks with those zombie contacts.
Yeah.
And I got like my face full of metal, and I'm there with one of my friends, and there's nobody in the park, and there's like a roller coaster, and there was nobody there, so we just kept riding it over and over again. So I'm fucking riding this thing. After about 4 times, I'm like, I'm sick as hell. I was like, we got to get off this thing. So we get off that. I go to the bathroom. I'm sweating. I'm like just sweating, looking like a zombie, and I'm eating this food and just like. On another ride, and I like threw up, and then this little kid and his dad walked out of the bathroom next to me, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm just like, I must be fucking scaring the hell out of this kid right now, because I look insane, dude. I couldn't. It was too much.
Do you look back at those days like? I mean, we all do. Like just like how you dress. I mean, we had shit. I used to wear a fucking headband with a fitted over it and whatnot.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Embarrassing, completely embarrassing. You look back at those photos and they're just like, oh my god, man. Dude. Like
It's wild, dude. My girl found an old picture of me. She made a phone case out of it.
Oh my God.
You should sell that at your shows.
Yeah, limited edition. Yeah, I'll send you guys. Yeah.
How much did that cost?
I don't know. She paid like $20 or something. I'm gonna get you one, Eric. It's gonna say I'm a vegan.
Okay, and like I want a picture of you from high school when your whole head was shaved besides the front part, and it was about this long, and he just flew it back.
I went to prom like that.
The craziest part too is like your parent, like your dad and mom, they're the nicest people ever too.
No,
like the nicest people.
Yeah.
And then
your brother had dreadlocks and giant UFO pants. And
oh yeah.
They were probably just like, Ryan, could you just comb your hair today?
You're like, nah.
I'm finding myself, Mom.
Yeah, I'm finding myself. Oh God, dude. Yeah, that was the time, man.
No, but they're really supportive. That's really cool, though, how you were able to do this, and they just kind of, like, let you do it, man. Some people wouldn't. I'm sure when you said, I'm quitting my job and joining the band, most friends would be like, I'm sorry, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, dude. No, they were cool about everything, man, I have to say. They still come out to shows and shit. My dad's like, Jenks is a little loud. I'm like, yeah, I like it loud.
Now, Jenks is pretty, like, that. Oh, my God, I was just about to say poppin'. Thank God I didn't.
Oh my God.
Get it back on, get your bandana.
I really wish you would have said it.
Yo, that shit was popping, kids.
Thank God I didn't. So, no, at night, though, it is we used to go there for the dollar drinks until 9 p.m. and whatnot. So, when you live.
That place.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, well, first of all, someone on here is not allowed back there because they were banned twice.
I'm allowed back there.
Wait, are you talking about RA?
I have to go with
Jenks.
supervision.
Oh, Jenks.
You have to be supervised.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, tell the story,
Well,
bro.
All right. So one of the times we went there was we went on one of the Halloween times where they do like the costume contest and all that shit. So we went to Scott's house when we were drinking before we left there, and Ralph had poured a drink that was majority alcohol and like the tiniest like teardrop of Snapple. And I drank the whole thing. And we're at Scott's house. We're taking pictures. Me, Ralph, and Sean were all dressed up like Alvin and the Chipmunks. It was perfect. Like it was really perfect. Right? So we get to Jenks, and I remember absolutely nothing about Jenks. I passed out on the car ride there. And they woke me up as we got there, and I was like, I probably shouldn't go in this place, but I'm going. So there were the like, you know how you get drunk like that sometimes and you remember like snapshots of your night. Like I remember there were two guys that walked past us, and they were dressed like Harry and Marv.
Yeah.
And
that's a good
one of them had like a fake like styrofoam crowbar. And I was like, holy shit, it's Marv and Harry. And I went to go grab this dude's crowbar. And I lift it up in the air. And just as I'm lifting it, a bouncer just comes underneath my arm and just takes me and lifts me. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I get
out of here.
Right?
Yeah, that's strike one.
Yeah, strike one.
So, yeah, they don't remember you for any of that. There's so many people there, right? So then we go there another time. And, like, I'm totally fine. Like, obviously.
This time or no?
What? No, not this time.
Okay.
It would have been weird if I went back as that the second time.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Remember me?
Yeah.
You so them or something?
We go back, right? And it's just a regular night. Like, we're drinking or whatever. And, like, I'm not over the top drunk or anything like that. So me and Scott were like, oh, we got to go to the bathroom. So we walk to the bathroom, and we're coming out of the bathroom, and what song was on?
Turn My Swag On or some shit, right?
What are those stupid fucking songs? So as I'm walking out of the bathroom, I'm literally just singing the song. Like, I'm not loud, I'm not obnoxious. And the bouncer just turns to me and he goes, you. And I was like, me? And he's like, yeah, you, come here. And I was like, okay. So I walk over to him. And he goes, give me your hand. And I give him the hand, and he puts a big black X on my hand. He goes, go sit over there.
Oh, my God. You're cut off.
And I go, what the fuck? And I was like, why am I kicked out? He's like, yeah, you're done here. And I was like, why? What did I do? And he's like, you're just too drunk. So as he says to me, you're too drunk, you can't be here, Scott literally stumbles out of the bathroom and almost falls over himself, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "They kicked me out." And he goes, "That fucking sucks." And I go, "Wait a minute, you're kicking me out and you're going to let him go back in there?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's fine." And I'm like, "This is ridiculous," right? So then after that, apparently they took my license from me and they like made a copy of it.
Oh my
So then when we went back, like, what was it, like 3 or 4 weeks later?
3 weeks later, yeah.
Yeah. So we go back and the bouncer's at the front and they take my ID and he goes, "We're not going to have any trouble tonight, right?" And I was like, "No, man, I'm good."
No, Dad.
Yeah. So then, no, but then we go sit by the bar and like they kept a security guard by me for the entire night.
Oh my God.
Like I was going to do something. Like the first time was legitimate. Like the first time I fucked up.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would say all 3 times were legitimate. You were a hazard waiting to happen.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'd still go back there. I don't care.
So right, like when you play Jenks, have you ever done the Halloween night or no? Like do you find that place the funnest?
You know, in Jersey, there's so many good spots in Jersey, man. And like I'm very lucky to say that like I'm in all like the hot spots. So like you guys ever go down to Sea Isle City?
No,
Where's
sorry.
There's like there's a place down there, Ocean Drive. That place is like the smallest, sweatiest, like fun, crazy bar that you can go to. But then like Jenks like sounds awesome. It's like a club. You get like a whole different feeling, you know. I just love all those spots in Jersey. There's some spots in LBI, but we go down to Ocean City, Maryland at Secrets a lot. And I've done Halloween there a few times, and people go all out, man. They go crazy with the costumes and shit.
So you do weddings too, right?
I do so many weddings. It's crazy.
Is that a lot of pressure though? I mean, that's got to be tough.
It is. I kind of like the whole process because now, like, you know, they'll usually book the band for like that have like seen us live, so they like the band. A lot of times when like a couple gets a band for their wedding or like a DJ, they don't really know those people, and like they don't know what to really expect live. And like you could hire somebody, you could hire like XYZ band, right? Like from online somewhere, and you could even meet that person, but like the day of the wedding, you could have different people from that band show up and you don't even know them. With us, I like it because it's like people that these people know, you know, and then we kind of try to form like a relationship together, and we always get together and, you know, we try to figure out, you know, what their kind of goal is for the night. But I mean, yeah, it's definitely a lot of pressure, but it's also a little more like personal. It's a lot of fun. You know, it's like, it's a pretty nice gig, man. I mean, you get fed, you're like in a different environment, and like, I don't know, it's a good time.
So what do you guys sing their song, or usually like the wedding song you guys sit out on, right?
So we're like not very like traditional wedding band. We're like more of like the reception party. So like if somebody like hires us, we'll come there with a DJ who I use at all my weddings, and he'll like kind of MC everybody in, and then he does like all like the first dances. Every once in a while we leave it up to the bride and groom if they want us to play that song, and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. I always prefer not to, because like I don't like the getting up, sitting down, getting up, sitting down, you know. I like everybody to like eat dinner, get some drinks, listen to like, you know, whatever music, go through all the speeches up front, and then like once we come on, it's just like a party for the rest of the night.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's more fun, you know. That's what I like.
Now, as far as where you play, secrets and stuff, like, I don't want to sound like small townish, but do you just love coming back near here and playing around where you grew up? Is that like mean more to you?
Nah, yeah, sometimes, man. Yeah, only like when you get to see people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like that's the cool. That's definitely fun. But yeah, I don't even know, man. Like we're coming to where we are, like I don't even get that close anymore. Like I might have something like in Hoboken, depending on what happened.
Bridgewater, right? You guys do
We used to do that Willie McBride's.
Willie McBride, yeah.
We got kicked out of there because we were too loud.
They were booking a band. What did they expect?
What do they expect?
You would be surprised, man. It's
wow.
They said that to me too. They said that to me too.
Yeah.
I was not bad.
Yeah, you're like, what? They're like, yeah, no, just bring it down. This guy lost it at one point, but yeah,
it would have been great if they called Ryan over and just drew an X on his hand like they did to Brian.
Wow.
You're
No
out.
playing.
Are we gonna have a problem tonight?
Yeah. So when you guys you get the rotation of band members and whatnot, because I know you had the one guy leave recently. Is there any animosity or no? It's kind of like they usually leave just because they want to do something else, or they're just kind of done with it.
Yeah, man. So I do have to say, like, as much fun as it is and stuff, like I talked about those like 14, 15-hour days or whatever. That's like on top of driving for 4 or 5 hours all night, loading in a huge show, playing forever. So it's like you do that for a lot of years and you get burnt out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, because you're just on the grind, constantly, and it's like, I think just for some people, they're at like just a different spot, and it's like they can do it until they can't handle it, and then they just do something else, which I'm like, that's cool. And you can still
I was gonna ask you, do you guys have like a crew that like sets up for you and then breaks everything down? So
I have 2 guys that work for me that basically do a lot of the labor, but it's myself, my guitar player, and the 2 crew guys that basically set up everything. And then at the end of the night, my sound guy leaves, and then it's the 3 of us, and we break it down. But it usually takes us like 4 hours to set all the lights and video and everything else up, and then we're out of there. And like we have it down to a science. We're out in like maybe like 75 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. You move quick at like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm out of here.
You're like, I'm fucking done. I want to go home.
Yeah.
How much did this quarantine just kind of fuck your schedule up? Like, what did you have your whole summer ready to go?
Dude, so this summer was going to be hands down the busiest, most lucrative summer of my entire career. It's like you just keep building and building and building and building, and you're like, this is the payoff right here. And then it was like,
yeah.
And I tell people, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and he put it in a way. He was like, I feel like I just got fired. And I'm like, that is so accurate, dude. You feel like you had the job that you wanted, then you literally just got fired. But I mean, the last time I worked, live was the beginning of March.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, I mean, the money is like you can't even like fathom the money that was like lost. And then I try to keep like my sanity. So I mean, I work down at our shop working on gear, which has been very awesome. It's like I had a guy come from California. I'm like learning some different like programming and all this other stuff that I got going on, just trying to stay busy. But I'm like, there's still nothing like happening, there's like no work and stuff. It's crazy.
So how many shows did you, so are they reopened? They're done for the year then, right? As far as or
everything that's passed. Yeah. The only thing that's happened is like a lot of the weddings all moved to October. So like I had one wedding in October booked, and now I think I have like, I literally think I have like 11 or 12.
Okay.
So as long as as long as the world gets to October and like you could gather, you know what I mean? It's like, some of them, some people are getting married like this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I see it. And it's like, you're talking early on, it was the hardest because like you'll talk to these brides that are like literally getting married like the week after, and they're just like, no, like freaking out. And now you put yourself in their shoes, and you're like, yeah, man, that's crazy. I was thinking like that, having a baby, doing something crazy like that kind of stuff. Like you got to be freaked out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You guys should still just perform in Zoom weddings, just like a little box of you guys just playing.
I know. We have been doing a lot of like live streams, and actually a couple nights ago we did the first private one. We did like a private graduation. It was like a surprise for this girl, so we did like a private Facebook group, and we live streamed to her. Her mom like sent a banner, so we like hung her banner up, and it was like a little graduation party. Yeah, it was cool.
That's pretty cool.
It would have been great if you didn't sign off on like the thing and you got someone just to replace you. Like, I'm not doing this, and there's just a drummer that looks like Ryan in the background.
Oh yeah, I'll work on that. Yeah, that's gonna be a transition out.
Body double.
I
Brian Kelly.
A lifelike back. a guy just puts a mask on.
But I'm gonna make him an old Ryan. I'm gonna make him crazy.
Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of, as Eric said, he mentioned the Zoom wedding and stuff. I know you guys have been doing a lot of IG live streams Fridays and Saturday nights. How'd you come up with that? And it's to raise money, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, so we've done a couple things where we've done some that we like have split the money with like charities and stuff like that. But really, I mean, yeah, it's kind of just to drive some income in, you know, because it's funny because they're such a crapshoot because, you know, you got to realize, I mean, everybody's in the same boat. That's, you know, that's out there. I mean, some people are working from home, but a lot of people just aren't working. So I know like money ain't really there, you know, so we're trying to develop a couple different things as far as like ways to make money, but like asking for donations is kind of hard because it's like, one, you feel weird about it. And then like, two, it's like, you know, you also don't know what you're getting, you know, so it's kind of like you're just shooting in the dark, you know, you're literally just busking, you know what I mean? It's like playing in the streets of New York. It's crazy.
I don't know the income aspect of what you guys make or what bands like you make, but just off the top of your head, how many bands like you know around that may not be as successful as you guys won't recover from this? Is there a good amount?
Dude, it's hard to say, man. It is really hard to say. There is so many like little ins and outs that like I've talked at length with like many different people that are like kind of in the same sitch, like, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, some definitely no way. Like, you know, you're gonna see a lot of people just either continuing to do like the live stream stuff or like you know, really small scale like acoustic stuff, like single people, duos, stuff like that. I think is gonna start seeing a lot of. But, you know, we're just trying to stick it out, man, for as long as you can, you know. It's, you know, just trying to figure out some other stuff.
All right. The name, Garden State Radio, how'd you get it?
I hate it.
You hate it? You actually hate it? How did it come about?
It was one of the old members. We were playing a show under an old name that I can't even remember in Boston. And
Ryan's band.
Yeah, Ryan's Duh.
I hate this new name.
Yeah, but no, it was honestly my old guitar player came up with it, and everybody kind of voted on it, and I kind of voted against it, but it kind of just stuck. And there was one point that I could have changed it, and everybody else decided to like stick with it. And I'm like, that would have been my shot, you know.
What were you gonna change it to?
I have no idea. Anything.
Why don't you like it? It's just too like.
I don't know. It's cool. It's, you know what? I do appreciate it more now because like I feel like the branding has a lot to do with it and stuff like that. And I think like in the past, it's just with anything like anything else. You know what I mean? Like you start off with a crappy graphic and then like it just turns into something. And now I feel like there is like a look and like there is like a feel of like kind of the logo and the name. So the name actually has grown on me over the years, but I used to hate it.
Well, the GSR thing works. That works.
Cool. Yes, a lot of it. Yeah, it both sides work. It's cool as long as it's distinguishable. You know, with like fonts and everything like that. I feel like it's cool.
Right. I gotta get into one thing because we'll get back into music in a little, but the culprit is here who slid into you at home plate. I don't even know if he remembers this. So 7 years ago when you're on the show, we talked about you and Babe Ruth. Now, Brian, I don't know if you know this, so I was on Ryan's Babe Ruth team, and before the game, we ran a lap around the cemetery stone. No one wanted to run, and Ryan, he goes, Babe Ruth never ran. Why do we have to run? So he's running around the stone and we turn around and Ryan's laying down. He twisted his ankle in a hole. He was begging us for help.
You guys had to carry him off the field and shit. Yeah, help me!
Look how happy Scott is.
So happy.
Oh,
somebody was in pain. Somebody got hurt.
Yeah.
But the best part was, so we had to run back for the second lap. to physically see him laying there.
Yeah, I was alone out there, dude. The birds were eating
up.
me and shit.
The pain you were in was phenomenal. It was amazing.
Dude, that was the moment, though. That was the moment that I'm like, fuck this baseball shit. I was like, I'm being a drummer, man.
That was the best twisted ankle you could ever get.
To make it worse, the coach made him play.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, my God. I don't even remember his name, but I remember his face, and I was like, oh, my God. Dude, there was another time, man. My foot is bleeding, and he's like, run it off. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, and then Brian, you were catching.
Yes.
And Brian, you slid in the home plate and went right into his legs, and Ryan's toenail came off.
Yeah, dude.
Oh
Do you remember that or no? Do you remember that?
Dude, I 100% don't remember that.
Oh my God. Dude,
At all.
No, it definitely happened.
I feel like I vaguely remember it. Like, oh my God.
Dude, it was traumatizing because what happened was you did it and I was like, damn, that like really hurt my foot. And so I'm in the dugout. It was like the last and I take my shoe off and my sock is all red. I'm like, oh no, my toenail was like sticking straight up. And I was like, oh my God. So literally, it was like Scott was saying, I showed my coach and he's like, you better get up to bat. I'm like, okay. I walked the first day.
And to make it worse, he ends up hitting a ground ball and has to run it out.
I was like, fuck.
That was it.
God.
That was it.
Yeah.
What a terrible day.
I'm gonna go dig all those holes in the
But like no one saw the hole. Like it was.
For it. Maybe I made it up. I don't even know, dude.
You had to carry you off the field.
God, yeah, that must have been a sight, man. Yeah, I remember all that shit, dude.
That's one of my favorite stories ever. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
before we get to the gun to your head segment, you guys have any other questions for Rye?
Sorry. It's not really a question.
It's all good, man. I'm gonna hang on to it for like at least 5 or 6 more years, and I'll get over it.
Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm sweating out of happiness right now.
Yeah, my God, man.
I think
Eric,
we're good to go.
You're good? All right.
Yeah.
So what we do here is gun to your head, and we pick a winner each week or each episode. I won last episode with my Would You Rather, the Andre 3000 question, so I get to go last here. Brian, you want to go first? Eric, go second, and I will finish it off. Go for it. You ready, Ryan?
Yeah, ready.
Go.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Defeat Jigs. Would you? Hold on, let me restart it. That's terrible.
Uh-oh.
Is there like a translation app or something?
Would you rather defeat Jigsaw in a Saw situation or do a Jigsaw puzzle revealing how you will die?
The Jigsaw revealing how I would die.
The puzzle?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Listen to Nickelback or have Chad Kroeger pelt your back with nickels?
Chad Kroeger pelting my back with nickels.
Shit.
Starbucks or Bitcoin?
Starbucks.
Would you rather pretend Pokemon are real for a year or poke a man every day for a year?
Pokemon for a year.
Can you imagine poking someone?
Yeah, like you go out of your way in the morning to like go to their house, like, see you tomorrow.
I have the shittiest day and this guy just pokes me every fucking day. I don't even know him.
So rude.
Would you rather have a bowl of Captain Crunch or crunch a captain?
Bowl of Captain Crunch. I don't even know how I'd go about crunching a captain.
I don't know either. It just sounded ridiculous. That's all I got.
All right,
Eric, you're up.
Led Zeppelin or lead pencils?
Lead pencils.
Would you rather fight Def Leppard or fight a Def Leppard?
Def Leppard.
God damn it.
Would you rather grab sushi with the Foo Foo Fighters or Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang. And I got sushi, literally. It got dropped off at my house.
Would you rather, this one's tough. Would you rather limp to Red Lobster for biscuits or eat Red Lobster with Limp Biscuit?
Limp to Red Lobster for biscuits.
Would you rather be in My Chemical Romance or a toxic relationship?
My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a tough one to follow. Fuck.
Winner.
The returning champ.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, yeah, you're right. No, I'm the defending champ, right? Oh, sorry. Wow, we have a bad, we had Nickelback, now a Creed one. Would you rather get beaten with your drumsticks or listen to Creed for a whole day?
Beaten with drumsticks by
Jesus.
multiple people.
All right, would you rather get killed by a harp or a harpoon?
A harp. I feel like it would be heavier.
Dixie Cups or the Dixie Chicks?
Dixie cups.
Fight Batman or fight a man-sized bat?
Oh, Batman.
Did you ask that one before, Brian?
No.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
good. Thank God. All right. Would you rather survive a night in Jurassic Park or parallel park everywhere you go for a month?
I gotta say Jurassic Park.
All right, that's it.
I gotta tell you, coming off the
It's hard to repeat, man. There's a lot.
dance for Andre 3000 or
It's-
dance for 3000 Andres, you really dropped the ball there.
You know, someone who's took bronze the last 2 weeks has a lot to say.
I'm proud of my bronze.
Oh my God.
Ryan, play. Oh, Eric's gone. We lost him. Ryan,
Disqualified.
yeah, he looks like I retained the title. Ryan, where can we get you? Plug yourself.
So Friday and Saturday you can watch us live. We're doing live streams both nights at 8 o'clock and taking requests, doing whatever. You know, it's having a good time.
Nice. All right, man. Thanks a lot for coming on. Where do you want us to catch you on Twitter or Instagram? Garden State Ryan or just the band itself?
Just the band itself. We're putting stuff there like all the time. It's just at Garden State Radio, and then our website, gardenstateradioband.com.
All right, thanks a lot. Is there anyone you want to say hi to?
Who do I want to say hi to? I don't even know. Everybody.
All right. So basically, fuck everybody.
Yeah. Wait, what was our old coach's name? I want to say hi to him.
I'm not gonna say that, but it started with a W.
Yeah, I don't even know. You can tell me later. All right, man.